Welcome to English Practice Every Day. This is not a practice video, but a lesson video. This is a collection of 30 shorts of a word a day series in which we learn the meaning of one word along with that word's etymology and use that word in a couple of sentences. Please keep a note, if you can, of how many of these are new words to you personally. Let's start. A word a day, day 1. Today's word is nostalgia. Nostalgia is 3 syllables. Nostalgia. Nostalgia is noun. Nostalgia means longing for something from the past. Usage. Looking at old photographs of family vacations brings a sense of nostalgia. Grandma often shares stories from her past filled with nostalgia for her younger days. Etymology. The word nostalgia is derived from 2 Greek words, nostos meaning return home and algos meaning pain or ache. Nostalgia was initially used to describe a form of homesickness characterized by a deep longing for one's homeland, often accompanied by symptoms such as melancholy, anxiety, and physical ailments. Soldiers in particular were frequently diagnosed with nostalgia when they experienced a strong desire to return to their home countries. Today, nostalgia has a broader meaning and is not necessarily associated exclusively with a longing for one's homeland. Nostalgia generally refers to a sentimental or wistful longing for the past. Day 2. Today's word is condone. Condone is 2 syllables. Condone. Condone is verb. Condone means to allow or accept wrong behavior. Usage. We should never condone bullying or mean behavior towards others. It's essential to teach children not to condone lying or cheating in school. Etymology. The word condone comes from the Latin word condonare, which is combination of con, meaning together, and donare, meaning to give or to grant. In Latin, condonare originally meant to absolve or to remit a debt. The idea was granting or giving together the forgiveness of an offense. Today, condone has taken on the meaning to overlook, forgive, or disregard an offense or wrongdoing without openly approving or endorsing it. In essence, when you condone something, you are not necessarily approving of it, but you are choosing not to take action against it or hold it against someone. Day 3. Today's word is envisage. Envisage. Envisage is 3 syllables. Envisage. Envisage is a verb. Envisage means to contemplate or visualize in the mind, or to imagine or foresee. Usage. It's crucial for a student to envisage potential challenges in exam and plan accordingly. Amy could envisage a bright future for the company with the new innovative technologies. Etymology. The word envisage comes from the Old French word en, meaning in, and visage, meaning face or countenance. Originally, it meant to have a mental picture of something or to look at something in the mind. Today, envisage is used to describe the act of picturing or foreseeing something in one's mind, often related to future events or possibilities. In essence, when you envisage something, you are mentally picturing or foreseeing it, considering it as a potential outcome or scenario. Day 4. Today's word is colleague. Colleague. Colleague is 2 syllables. Colleague. Colleague is noun. Colleague means a person with whom one works, typically in a profession or business. Usage. Effective communication is crucial between colleagues to ensure a smooth workflow. Colleagues often collaborate on projects to leverage their diverse skills and expertise. Etymology. The word colleague has its roots in the Latin language, specifically from collega, where col means together and lega means chosen. Originally, it refers to someone chosen to work together with another, emphasizing a sense of partnership and shared responsibilities. Today, colleague is commonly used to describe individuals working together in a professional or business setting. It highlights the collaborative aspect of their relationship, suggesting a shared purpose or goal. In essence, a colleague is a fellow worker or professional associate, someone with whom you share a common work environment or profession. Day 5. Today's word, modus operandi. Modus, 2 syllables. Operandi, 4 syllables. Modus operandi is noun. Modus operandi means a particular way or method of doing something, especially one that is characteristic or well established. Usage. Each artist has a unique modus operandi when approaching their creative process. Investigators analyze the criminal's modus operandi to understand patterns and identify potential suspects. Etymology. Modus operandi is of Latin origin. Modus means mode or way, and operandi means of operating or doing. Together, it translates to mode of operating or method of operation. Originally used in the context of criminal investigations, modus operandi refers to the characteristic behavior or approach of a person, particularly in the commission of a crime. Over time, it has been adopted more broadly to describe the habitual way someone carries out any activity. In essence, a modus operandi is the specific and often characteristic way in which something is done. Day 6. Today's word, bravado. Bravado. 3 syllables. Bravado. Bravado is noun. Bravado means a show of boldness or confidence intended to impress or intimidate others. Usage. In negotiations, a certain level of bravado can be employed to assert dominance and influence the outcome. Some individuals use bravado as a defense mechanism to mask insecurities and project a strong image. Etymology. The term bravado originates from the Spanish word bravada, which denotes a brave or defiant deed. It evolved over time to encompass a display of boldness or daring behavior. Today, bravado is often associated with a flamboyant and exaggerated show of confidence, courage, or toughness. In essence, bravado refers to a bold and ostentatious display of self-assurance, often aimed at making a strong impression. Day 7. Today's word is silhouette. Silhouette. Silhouette is 3 syllables. Silhouette. Silhouette is noun. Silhouette means a dark image or shape outlined against a lighter background, especially a featureless or shadowy figure. Usage. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the city skyline transformed into a beautiful silhouette. The photographer captured the graceful silhouette of a lone tree against the vibrant hues of the sunset. Etymology. The term silhouette has its roots in 18th century France, named after Étienne de Silhouette, a finance minister known for his frugality. The term initially referred to inexpensive portraits, typically a profile, which were cut from black paper and mounted on a light background. Today, silhouette broadly refers to the outline or general shape of an object or figure. In essence, a silhouette is a distinctive and recognizable shape or form, often characterized by its darkness against a contrasting background. Day 8. Today's word is expletive. Expletive. Expletive is 3 syllables. Expletive. Expletive is noun. Expletive means an offensive or vulgar word or phrase used to express strong emotion, frustration, or emphasis. Usage. In a fit of anger, Mark let out a string of expletives that echoed through the room. Some comedians use cleverly placed expletives to add a raw and edgy tone to their performances. Etymology. The term expletive comes from the Latin word expletivus, meaning filling out or serving to fill. In language, it refers to words or phrases added for emphasis, often including profanity. Expletives can be spontaneous expressions of emotions or intentional language choices meant to convey intensity. In essence, an expletive is a forceful or offensive word or phrase used to convey strong emotions or to emphasize a point. Day 9. Today's word is alibi. Alibi. Alibi is 3 syllables. Alibi. Alibi is noun. Alibi means a claim or piece of evidence that one was elsewhere when an alleged act took place, typically used as a defense in criminal investigations. Usage. Having a credible alibi can be crucial in establishing innocence and disproving accusations. The suspect provided a solid alibi, presenting receipts and witness statements proving he was miles away from the crime scene. Etymology. The term alibi is derived from the Latin phrase alibi, meaning elsewhere. It entered the English language in the 18th century and has since been widely used in legal contexts. An alibi is a key element in criminal defense, providing proof that the accused was not present at the location where the alleged crime occurred. In essence, an alibi is a form of evidence or justification demonstrating that a person was in a different place at the time of an incident. Day 10. Today's word is eccentric. Eccentric. 3 syllables. Eccentric. Eccentric is an adjective. Eccentric means deviating from conventional or accepted norms, behavior, or opinions, often with unconventional or peculiar qualities. Usage. The eccentric artist lived in a house filled with unusual sculptures and vibrant, mismatched colors. Despite his eccentric approach to problem solving, Professor James was highly respected for his innovative ideas. Etymology. The term eccentric originates from Greek word excenthros, meaning out of the center. It entered the English language in the late 16th century, originally referring to the motion of celestial bodies. Over time, eccentric evolved to describe individuals or things that deviate from the usual or expected, often in an unconventional manner. In essence, eccentricity is associated with a deviation from the ordinary, expressing uniqueness and individuality. Day 11. Today's word is quirk. Quirk. Quirk is 1 syllable. Quirk. Quirk is noun. Quirk means a peculiar or unexpected behavior or aspect, or a distinctive trait or mannerism. Usage. The old bookstore had a charming quirk, a resident cat that greeted customers at the entrance. Mary's quirk was her habit of counting every step she took, a behavior that fascinated her friends. Etymology. The origin of quirk is uncertain, but it is believed to have originated in the 17th century. It may have connections to the Middle English word quirk, meaning a sudden turn or twist. Today, quirk refers to a unique and often amusing characteristic or behavior that sets someone or something apart from the norm. In essence, a quirk is a distinctive and idiosyncratic feature or mannerism that adds charm or interest. Day 12. Today's word is cornucopia. Cornucopia. Cornucopia is 5 syllables. Cornucopia. Cornucopia is noun. Cornucopia means a symbol of abundance and plenty, often depicted as a horn-shaped container overflowing with fruits, flowers, and other symbols of prosperity. Usage: the Thanksgiving table was a cornucopia of delicious dishes featuring a variety of flavors and textures. The market stall displayed a cornucopia of fresh produce, showcasing the rich diversity of fruits and vegetables. Etymology: the term cornucopia has Latin roots combining cornu, meaning horn, and copia, meaning plenty. It translates to horn of plenty. In ancient mythology, the cornucopia is associated with the horn of the god Amalthea, which was said to provide an endless supply of nourishment. Over time, cornucopia has come to represent an overflowing abundance or an extravagant collection of various things, not just limited to food. In essence, a cornucopia signifies an overflowing and limitless supply, often bringing to mind the richness and diversity of resources. Day 13. Today's word is déjà vu. Déjà vu. Déjà vu is 3 syllables. Déjà vu. Déjà vu is noun. Déjà vu means an unsettling feeling of having experienced or witnessed a current situation or event before, even when it is occurring for the first time. It is a sensation of familiarity that cannot be logically explained. Usage: experiencing déjà vu during the meeting, John felt a strange sense of familiarity with the conversation. As Amy entered the old mansion, a sense of déjà vu washed over her, as if she had been there in a dream. Etymology: déjà vu is a French term that translates to already seen. The word déjà means already and vu means seen. Psychologists and neurologists study déjà vu as a cognitive anomaly, exploring the brain's mechanisms that may lead to the sensation of reliving a moment. In essence, déjà vu captures the mysterious and puzzling sensations of reliving a moment that seems to have happened before, despite all rational explanations. Day 14. Today's word is conundrum. Conundrum. 3 syllables. Conundrum. Conundrum is noun. Conundrum is a confusing and difficult problem or question that is puzzling and challenging to resolve. Usage: solving the mystery of the missing artifact proved to be a conundrum for the detective. The team faced a conundrum when trying to balance the budget without compromising essential services. Etymology: the term conundrum has a somewhat unclear origin. It is believed to have originated in the 17th century and possibly derived from the word quandary, which means a state of perplexity or uncertainty. While the exact roots may be a bit of a conundrum themselves, the word has come to signify a puzzling problem or question that requires careful consideration and creative thinking to unravel. In essence, a conundrum represents a challenge that may seem perplexing or difficult to solve, adding an element of intrigue or complexity to the situation. Day 15. Today's word is namesake. Namesake. 2 syllables. Namesake. Namesake is noun. Namesake means a person or thing that is named after another. Usage: the famous actress named her daughter as her namesake to carry on the family tradition. The city's Central Park is a namesake of the founder, honoring his contributions to the community. Etymology: the term namesake is composed of 2 elements, name and sake. The word originated in the mid-17th century and combines the idea of naming and for the sake of. It suggests a connection or tribute through the act of naming something or someone after another. In essence, a namesake represents a symbolic link between the named entity and the one it is named after, often carrying a sense of continuity, homage, or significance. Day 16. Today's word is weary. Weary. 2 syllables. Weary. Weary is adjective. Weary means feeling tired, fatigued, or exhausted, often as a result of physical or mental exertion. Usage: after a long day of hiking, the travelers were weary and eager to rest. The constant challenges at work left Amy feeling weary and in need of a break. Etymology: the word weary has roots in Old English with variations like varig and variga indicating fatigue or tiredness. It can be traced back to the Proto-Germanic word vairiga, which is related to the Proto-Indo-European base vai, meaning to turn or twist, possibly implying the feeling of being twisted or worn out. In essence, weary conveys a sense of physical or mental exhaustion, suggesting a state of being worn down or fatigued due to exertion or prolonged effort. Day 17. Today's word is mitigate. Mitigate. 3 syllables. Mitigate. Mitigate is verb. Mitigate means to make a situation less severe, intense, or harmful, or to alleviate or lessen the impact of something undesirable. Usage: the doctor prescribed medication to mitigate the patient's symptoms and provide relief. The construction project implemented measures to mitigate the environmental impact on the surrounding wildlife. Etymology: the term mitigate stems from the Latin word mitigare, where miti means mild or soft. It entered the English language in the early 15th century, originally carrying the sense of making something milder or gentler. In essence, to mitigate is to take actions or implement measures that reduce the severity or negative consequences of a situation, making it more bearable or less intense. Day 18. Today's word is leeway. Leeway. 2 syllables. Leeway. Leeway is a noun. Leeway means the allowance granted for variation or deviation from a standard or set course, or the amount of freedom or flexibility to move, act, or make decisions within a particular limit or range. Usage. The teacher gave us some leeway in choosing our project topics. Please allow me a little leeway with the deadline. I need some extra time. Etymology. The term leeway has nautical origins, originating from the Middle English word leve, meaning windward. It entered the English language in the 17th century, referring to the sideways drift of a ship to leeward of the course when sailing to windward. In contemporary usage, leeway has evolved to represent the margin or allowance for flexibility in various contexts. It implies the space within which one can operate or make decisions without strict adherence to a predetermined path or rule. In a sense, having leeway allows for adaptability and maneuverability, providing room for adjustments for variations within a defined framework. Day 19. Today's word is heresy. Heresy. 3 syllables. Heresy. Heresy is a noun. Heresy means a belief, opinion, or doctrine that goes against or deviates from established or widely accepted principles, especially in the context of religious or cultural beliefs. Usage. Claiming that 2 plus 2 equals 5 is a mathematical heresy. Believing the earth is flat is considered a heresy by modern scientists. Etymology. The term heresy has its roots in the Greek word hairesis, meaning choice or sect. It entered the English language in the 13th century, initially referring to a religious doctrine contrary to the orthodox or accepted teachings. In a broader sense, heresy can extend beyond religious context to encompass unconventional or dissecting opinions that challenge established norms or beliefs. It often carries a negative connotation, implying a deviation from accepted truths or principles. In essence, heresy involves the expression of beliefs or ideas that challenge or contradict established doctrines, sparking controversy or opposition within a particular belief system or community. Day 20. Today's word is innuendo. Innuendo. 4 syllables. Innuendo. Innuendo is noun. Innuendo means an indirect or subtle remark, insinuation, or allusion, typically conveying a negative or suggestive meaning, and a veiled or implied reference that may carry a hidden or implied message. Usage. Mary blushed when she realized the subtle innuendo in John's compliment. The comedian's jokes were filled with clever innuendos that delighted the audience. Etymology. The term innuendo originated from the Latin phrase per innuendo, meaning by hinting or by nodding to. It entered the English language in the 17th century, initially used in legal context to signify a particular method or incorporating additional information into a pleading. Over time, the term broadened in meaning to encompass subtle and indirect insinuations or implications, often with a suggestive or negative undertone. In essence, an innuendo involves conveying a message indirectly or with hidden meaning, relying on the listener's ability to discern the implied message. Day 21. Today's word is sacrilege. Sacrilege. 3 syllables. Sacrilege. Sacrilege is a noun. Sacrilege means the act of disrespecting, violating, or desecrating something sacred, holy, or religious, or the intentional or irreverent misuse or profanity directed towards objects, places, or beliefs considered sacred. Usage. Committing sacrilege is a serious violation of religious beliefs. Desecrating a place of worship is an example of committing sacrilege. Etymology. The term sacrilege has Latin roots combining sacer, meaning sacred, and legere, meaning to steal or take away. It entered the English language in the 14th century, carrying the sense of violating or stealing sacred things. In contemporary usage, sacrilege goes beyond religious contexts and can involve disrespect towards anything considered highly valuable, revered, or cherished by a particular community or group. In essence, sacrilege involves a deliberate and often scornful act that defies the sanctity attributed to certain beliefs, practices, or objects, eliciting strong disapproval or condemnation from those who hold them sacred. Day 22. Today's word is curmudgeon. Curmudgeon. 3 syllables. Curmudgeon. Curmudgeon is a noun. Curmudgeon means an ill-tempered, cantankerous, or irritable person, often characterized by a grumpy demeanor, a tendency to complain, and a reluctance to engage in social niceties. Usage. Despite his grumpy demeanor, the curmudgeon has a soft spot for his pet dog. The curmudgeon often complains about the noise from the nearby construction site. Etymology. The origin of curmudgeon is uncertain, but it likely stems from a combination of various Middle English and Old French words. It entered the English language in the 16th century, originally used to describe a miserly or rude individual. In contemporary usage, curmudgeon refers to a person who is habitually grumpy, irritable, or difficult to get along with. Despite the negative connotations, the term is sometimes used affectionately to describe someone whose outward gruffness may hide a more nuanced personality. In essence, a curmudgeon is someone who exhibits a persistent, irritable demeanor, often expressing dissatisfaction or annoyance with the world around them, though not necessarily devoid of redeeming qualities or hidden warmth. Day 23. Today's word is referendum. Referendum. 4 syllables. Referendum. Referendum is noun. Referendum means a direct vote by the electorate on a specific political or constitutional issue, typically to decide on a proposed law, policy, or change, or a method of seeking public opinion on a particular matter. Usage. The outcome of the referendum will determine whether the new law will be implemented. A referendum is a democratic process where people can express their opinion on important issues. Etymology. The term referendum has Latin origins, with referere meaning to refer or bring back. It entered the English language in the 19th century, originally used to describe a political process of referring a matter to a vote. In modern usage, a referendum serves as a democratic tool for allowing citizens to participate directly in decision-making, bypassing representative bodies. In essence, a referendum is a formal process where the electorate expresses their collective opinion on a specific question or issue. Day 24. Today's word is nonchalant. Nonchalant. 3 syllables. Nonchalant. Nonchalant is an adjective. Nonchalant means showing a lack of concern, worry, or enthusiasm, typically characterized by a calm, composed, and unbothered demeanor in situations that might otherwise elicit a stronger emotional response. Usage. Mary responded to the news with nonchalant indifference. Jean's nonchalant attitude towards the exam made it seem like he didn't care about the outcome. Etymology. The term nonchalant has French origins, derived from the word nonchalois, which means to be at ease. It entered the English language in the 16th century, carrying the sense of being carefree or unconcerned. In contemporary usage, nonchalant can describe a person's demeanor, behavior, or attitude in various contexts, suggesting a relaxed, untroubled, or blasé approach to situations, tasks, or interactions. In essence, nonchalant conveys a sense of detachment or disconnection from the significance or potential impact of a given situation, often interpreted as a sign of confidence, composure, or aloofness. Day 25. Today's word is fuchsia. Fuchsia. 2 syllables. Fuchsia. Fuchsia is a noun. Fuchsia means a vibrant purplish red color, often associated with the vivid blossoms of the fuchsia plant. Usage. The fuchsia dress really made her stand out at the party. The interior designer used fuchsia accents to add a pop of color to the neutral living room. Etymology. The term fuchsia is derived from the name of the botanist Leonhard Fuchs, 1501-66, who first described and illustrated the fuchsia plant in the 16th century. The plant's vibrant purple and red flowers inspired the color's name, which entered the English language in the 19th century. In contemporary usage, fuchsia refers to a specific shade of purple red, often associated with the vivid blossoms of the fuchsia plant. The term can be used to describe various objects, materials, or designs characterized by this distinctive and striking color. In essence, fuchsia represents a vivid and energetic color, symbolizing vibrancy, intensity, and allure, often used to draw attention, create visual interest, or express individuality and flair. Day 26. Today's word, prerogative. Prerogative. 3 syllables. Prerogative. Prerogative is a noun. Prerogative means a right, privilege, or exclusive authority granted to a person or group, often associated with a particular position, role, or status. Usage. The CEO's prerogative allowed her to make strategic decisions for the company. As a parent, you have the prerogative to set rules and expectations for your children. Etymology. The term prerogative has Latin roots derived from the phrase praerogativa potestas, which means a power or right before, meaning prae, the law, meaning lex, or decision, meaning rogare. It entered the English language in the 15th century, carrying the sense of a special privilege or exclusive right. In contemporary usage, prerogative refers to a specific right, privilege, or authority granted to an individual or group based on their position, role, or status. In essence, prerogative conveys a sense of exclusive authority or entitlement, often associated with a particular position or role, enabling the individual or group to make decisions, take action, or exercise judgment without seeking approval or justification from others. Day 27. Today's word, Azure. 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 2 syllables. Azure. Azure. Azure is an adjective. Azure means relating to or resembling the color of the clear blue sky, often characterized by a bright, pure, or vivid shade of blue. Usage. She wore an azure dress that matched her eyes. The azure tiles on the swimming pool added a refreshing touch to the backyard. Azure is also a noun, meaning a clear, bright shade of blue, often associated with the color of the sky or the sea. Usage. The azure of the Mediterranean Sea was breathtaking. The designer used azure accents to create a calming atmosphere in the bedroom. Etymology. The term azure has French origins derived from the Old Italian word azzurro, which means sky blue. It entered the English language in the 14th century, carrying the sense of a clear, bright blue color. In contemporary usage, azure refers to a specific shade of blue, often associated with the color of the sky or the sea on a clear day. In essence, azure conveys a sense of serenity, tranquility, and freshness, often symbolizing openness, depth, and stability. Day 28. Today's word is riparian. 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 4 syllables. Riparian is an adjective. Riparian means relating to or situated on the bank of a river or other body of water. Riparian areas are transitional zones between aquatic and territorial ecosystems. Usage. The wildlife in the riparian zone flourished due to the abundance of water and vegetation. The community organized a cleanup event to preserve the riparian habitat along the riverbank. Etymology. The term riparian originates from the Latin word riparius, which means of a riverbank. It entered the English language in the 19th century, specifically used in the context of ecosystems and landscapes associated with rivers or water bodies. In contemporary usage, riparian is commonly employed in ecological and environmental discussions to describe areas where the land meets a water source. These zones are vital for biodiversity, providing unique habitats and playing a crucial role in maintaining ecological balance. Riparian landscape can include a variety of features such as wetlands, floodplains, or riverbanks. Day 29. Today's word is manque. 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 2 syllables. Manque is an adjective. Manque means having failed to become what one might have been, or unsuccessful in realizing one's potential or aspirations. Often used to describe someone who has fallen short of achieving a certain role or status. Usage. The singer felt a sense of manque accomplishment as she reflected on the career she had abandoned. Despite his talents, the artist remained a manque celebrity, never achieving the recognition he deserved. Etymology. Manque is a French term, directly translating to failed or missed. It entered the English language in the early 20th century, primarily used in literary and artistic contexts to convey a sense of unrealized potential or unfulfilled ambition. In contemporary usage, manque is applied to individuals who have not fully realized their aspirations or talents in a particular field, often suggesting a sense of disappointment or regret. It encapsulates the notion of having fallen short of one's expected or desired achievements. Day 30. Today's word is prescient. 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 2 syllables. Prescient is an adjective. Prescient means having or showing knowledge of events before they take place, or having foresight or prophetic insight. Usage. The author's prescient predictions about societal changes were evident in the themes of his early works. Her prescient decision to invest in technology stocks before the market boom demonstrated her keen foresight. Etymology. Prescient has Latin origins, derived from the word praesentitia, where prae means before and scientia means knowledge. The term entered the English language in the 18th century, emphasizing the ability to perceive or anticipate future events. In contemporary usage, prescient is applied to individuals or statements that exhibit a remarkable ability to foresee developments or trends before they unfold. It implies a level of foresight that goes beyond typical awareness, suggesting an intuitive grasp of future possibilities. Please let me know in the comments how many new words you personally learned in this video. Bye for now.